You're rolling.
Hi girls, yeah, it's just me. Finally going through our Nimble 9 video. I've tried to film this like 1,000 times right now and it keeps on screwing up, so I'm just going to get through this as quickly as I can. So yeah, first thing when we start off today, we need to start off with our stretching with some front kicks the same way that we do in the warm-up. All it's going to do is help our legs get warmed up a little bit and get our hamstrings nice and loose as well. So you just want to be kicking up one leg at a time, nice and easy. While we're kicking up our legs, you want to make sure that your planted foot is completely on the floor. You want to keep your heel steady on there, so every time you do your kicks, you don't want to be having your heel lifting crazy off the ground and nothing like that. Keep them on there nice and planted. When we do them today, we're just going to be looking to do 20 repetitions on either leg in sets of 5. When you're doing them, you want to kick up towards where your natural limit of flexibility is, so kick them right up there until you feel a good stretch in your hamstrings. So if your natural limit of flexibility is right up there and you're just like looking all dull and stuff just around here, you're not going to get anything out of it. So really get your legs right up there. As soon as you're done with them, you're going to move over to it. You've got an elevated hamstring stretch. What you're going to do, find yourself like a table or a box, anything like that, just something that's raised off the floor. You're going to put one leg on top of them. When we're here, first thing you want to make sure is that your hips are in line with each other. You want your hips to be nice and straight, not leaned over to the side, anything crazy like that. Just boom, nice and straight with each other.
Just to see. Yeah, so
not leaned over. We want them to be in line. Once we're in this position right now, toe towards the sky, get a slight little bend in your knee, keep this leg, your standard leg nice and straight, torso straight, arms out into your leg, and whilst you're keeping your torso straight, you're just going to slowly lean yourself forward, as if you were trying to get your chin towards down to your shin eventually. But whilst we're doing this, just keep your back nice and straight, and you're probably going to feel a big massive stretch just being this far leaned over. If you let yourself bend and flop down, you're going to get head down to your knee, no problem whatsoever. So torso straight, arms on there, just slowly reaching yourself forward. As soon as we're done with him, next one we're going to go on to is the wall glute stretch, which a lot of time we do inside the gym. Just want to get there for us, yeah? Lovely. So wall glute stretch, you want to sit yourself down, about 10 inches away from the wall. Get your back. One foot goes on there. You want to have a horizontal shin. You're going to lift your ankle up and you're going to do ankle over the opposite knee. So you're just going to press right over to him there. You're going to push your hips down to the floor, just using the power of your hips, as much force as you can do. And whilst you're pushing your hips down to the floor, you're going to grab hold of your knee here. You're going to try and pull them in towards your sternum and towards the center of your chest. Just pulling them in there, but bear in mind, you're pulling him in whilst you're pushing your hips down to the floor, just with the power of your hips themselves. So yeah, nice good stretch here down the side of the butt. Once you've done this guy for a while, you're going to get yourself up. Next thing we do is the couch stretch. So couch stretch, first phase of this one, all you want to do is drop yourself down onto one leg, like you're getting like you look like you're getting ready to propose to someone. Once you're in this position, try and push your hips forward towards the wall in front, and we should feel a nice stretch just at the front here. If you don't feel too much of a stretch, don't worry about it. You've probably just got good enough mobility to take it to the next step, where we would get ourselves into all fours, back up against the wall. You're going to lift one foot up straight in towards the sky, put your shin against the wall, drag it right down till your knee gets onto the floor. Probably get yourself a cushion or something to support on there. Prop yourself up onto your front leg. And then once we're in this position right now, you want to try and push your hip down towards the floor. So really push them in there. And again, you should feel this humongous stretch going all up the front of your leg there, around by your hips, down towards your knee. If this position isn't feeling too great for you, you can try a slightly different one. You would prop yourself completely upright, trying to get your butt down towards your heel. And either way, whatever one of these positions it is that you get in, really try and squeeze your glutes as hard as you can do once you're inside there. Knees all good. Almost done with the lower body stuff. Last stretch we're going to do here is just a elevated calf stretch, so we can get the back of your leg sorted. I've got myself a little stack of weight plates here, but you can get yourself anything like a tin of beans or some books or something like that is going to be fine. All you're going to do is put the ball of your toes on top of the plates, books, whatever. You're just going to lean your weight over and try and get like your belly button over your toes. Just lean your weight right over there. You're going to feel a huge stretch in the back of your legs. It's not a very complex one, this one. Nice and easy. As soon as we're done with them, now we can start moving on to your upper body. But we're going to start off with shoulder dislocations first. I'm using a bar for this right now, but in other videos I've done this with a towel before. You can use a resistance band, you can use a wire, you can use like a big friggin' basset hound for all I give a shit. Just get its legs, throw it around your head, whatever, just as long as it's tensile and it's got strength in it.
Basset hound. That's good, okay.
So yeah, get your bar, grab a hold of them, pull your shoulder blades back first, and we're just looking to pull this thing all the way down, right down towards your back. This should be at a length where it's fairly easy for you. You don't want this to feel like too much of a strenuous stretch just yet. We're going to do 20 constant repetitions all the way around. Once we've completed your 20 repetitions, we want to start doing some static holds where we're really going to try and target where your chest up meets into your shoulders. This stretch is going to help us work on something called external rotation, which is just doing that with your hands or doing that with your arms. And you might feel the stretch in other areas like your forearms or biceps. Whatever area is like limiting you in flexibility at the moment, you're going to feel it. But we're mainly looking to get a nice stretch just across here. So once you've done all your dislocations, we need to start coming in closer and finding out where your natural limit of flexibility is. Once we're finding about the point where, like, when you're pulling this bar up around you, you want to be at a point where it's going to feel like sort of a 5 out of 10 on the scale of discomfort. You don't want to be going too crazy on your shoulders because they're quite sensitive to being overstretched. You're just going to grab hold of your bar, going to pull them right round till it's halfway down your back. Hold them there for 5 seconds at a time, chest proud, straighten your arms out. Pull them back round, you'll just go in. 1 centimetre closer again, you don't need to go hardcore with this. Pull them right round again, halfway down your back, arms locked out nice and straight. Boom, and then we repeat that again, just 1 more time, centimetre closer again. Pulling them right round. Now, as I said, there's like individual flexibility for everyone. Some people are going to be able to go crazy and get their arms in ridiculously close with this. Just find out where it's going to be uncomfortable for you first. After that, we just want to do a basic stretch to increase what your overhead reach is like, which is just the ability to put your arms straight up there. And a very, very easy one. All you're going to do, get yourself like a banister, wall. A banister is going to be fine for this. Anything that's like a solid object that's between about stomach to hip height, you're going to grab hold of it. If I'm grabbing with my right arm, I'm going to drop down onto the right knee. I'm going to put my head in line with my elbow, and then I'm going to bias my weight over to the side that I'm trying to stretch. So I'm leaning over to the right side now, trying to get that good stretch in there. And if I was doing the left side, same thing. Left arm goes on, left knee drops down. I'm leaning the weight over towards the left side now. Easy stuff. Boom. Last one for the upper body that we'll do. I don't have a name for this kind of stretch, but I just call it like the demon torturous stretch because it's like the most painful thing ever. So works on external rotation again, turning the hand upside down. All you're going to do, put your hand against the wall. You want your palm to be facing up towards the ceiling, underside of your elbow up towards the ceiling, so not like this, like a weirdo, just like this. Palm goes on there. You're going to lift them upright until you start feeling the stretch now. I've got my hand here right now, this is where I'm feeling it. I can feel the stretch going right up my fingers, through my forearm, through the biceps. I'm going to turn my head away just to complete the stretch. And, you know, for some of you, you're going to have your hand a lot lower than some of you. You're going to be able to get your hands higher. But either way, whenever you get here, this is an uncomfortable stretch. Not even going to lie about that one. And then our very, very last stretch, just to complete off our whole body right now, is just a squat stretch. Where you're going to get yourself your railing, pole, whatever like that. Squat down close to it, and you want to squat down as deep as you can, but you'll find that because you've got something to hold on to, that you can counterbalance your weight a little bit easier, and you'll be able to get down deeper than what you normally could do on a squat. Just grab a hold to this guy, pull yourself right down. Once we're down here, we want to get your elbows and wedge them into your knees. So if I'm facing you, we're looking at grabbing hold of the pole, wedging your elbows into your knees, and we're looking at trying to push your elbows out over your toes. So if I'm grabbing hold of this, elbows and knees, pushing them right over my toes, and then don't forget, lift your chest up to face the wall in front, stick your butt out to face the wall behind you. And when we're in this position right now, any areas that you're tight in that are affecting your squat are going to get revealed. So right now I can feel a good stretch just on the inside of my legs. You can do things like lean your weight over towards one foot, lean over to the other foot, try and find if you've got a little bit of tightness going in your ankles just there. And just hunt for any areas that you're particularly tight in and hang out there for a little while. So yeah, that's our Nimble 9. 9 stretches to cover all the body. It takes about 9 minutes to do each day. And whenever you're doing these, as I said, the kicks that we start off, the dynamic stuff, that's 20 repetitions on each leg in sets of 5. So 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, and 5, 5. The shoulder dislocations are 20 repetitions as well. But once you get into the static points of it, it's just 5-second holds repeated 3 times. All these other stretches that we've done, the couch stretch, wall glute and all that, is just 30 seconds on either leg or 30 seconds on either arm. You know, ideally you'd want to go over this twice over and you'd be super nimble, but if you're just going over these once over, as I said, it'll take about 9 minutes. If you can get that in 3 times a week, do that for a month, you're going to feel super, super mobile, and it's really going to help you out getting into good positions whenever in our sessions and alleviate any niggles and pains that you might have. So yeah, that's everything there, girls. Hope it's helpful, and I'll speak to you soon.
Awesome.